Yep. I put it there to joke, but you didn't even notice. I was like, there you go. I can do that. You're like, class is free today if you'll just happy to help. Okay. It was off the hook. I know. It was off the chain in here. That was crazy. This is a little more mellow today. All right, friends. Hi, everyone. My Sunday yogi is the best. Okay, I'm trying to think. So I wasn't planning on teaching today. I told you all last week that Kim was going to be here, but she had a family emergency and she had to go to Hawaii. Poor her. Just kidding. She's always doing better. She's always out of the hospital and she's, I think, good. So now she can just have a fun trip in Hawaii. Wait, I'm gonna leave this on. Okay, I'm showing you real quick my new sweatshirt design. Bless up, Katie Shifkin. It's super cool. It's super cool. I have some of these for sale out there after class if you're interested. I don't have any crop hoodies left, but I have regular size hoodies, just normal, and then a couple of t-shirts and one dude tank top. So if you're interested, no pressure. T-shirts are 25 and then sweatshirts are 44. And then let's see, anything else I have to announce? No, I don't think so. This class is going to keep going with rotating instructors through forever. I don't know. And then also starting next week, after this class is going to be a restorative class. It's called Zen Out. So it'll be 10:30 and it will be also rotating instructors, and it will be any type of like soft restorative class that teacher wants to teach. So yeah, starting next week. I think that's all. Let's just do yoga. Any questions, comments, concerns, requests? Should we just practice? Yeah, thanks, Marika. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let's start in child's pose today. So find your way to child's pose, your variation of it. Can be knees nice and wide, knees together, maybe somewhere in between. And if you want, sometimes I like to move just a little bit. It feels kind of good to move my hips side to side. Sometimes I like to roll my forehead side to side against the ground. And then just give yourself these first couple minutes to kind of settle in. So just feeling the ground underneath you. Its stability, its support. Feeling the space around you, the air around you, the energy around you. Noticing sounds, smells, temperatures, textures. And then notice how you feel on the inside. So how do you feel, not just physically, but also energetically, emotionally? What have you brought with you to class this morning? If you're not trying to change or fix or control anything, you're just noticing what's there and just allowing it. Start to notice your breath, the rise and fall, the expansion and contraction. Next time you inhale, very intentionally fill up as big as you can. If you can feel that breath move all the way down to your low belly, low back, hold in fullness. And then when you're ready, big sigh, let it go. Ah. Do that a couple more times. So inhale, fill up. If you want, you can even crawl your fingertips forward, maybe push into the ground with your fingertips, press your hips back, hold in fullness. When you're ready, big sigh, release. One more time. So biggest inhale you've taken all morning long. Take that pause, maybe sip in a little bit extra even. And then big sigh out your mouth. Ah. Good job, you guys. Rise up to your hands and your knees and start to cultivate your Ujjayi breath as you either move through cat-cows. So you can go for inhale, arch your spine, exhale, round your back, just back and forth, or get more creative, get more intuitive. So maybe you start to take your hips in big circles. Maybe you come forward to a Cobra, an up dog. Maybe you flip your fingers out to face back or towards the sides of your mat. Maybe you even flip your palms to face up. So just stretching into your physical body as you connect with your Ujjayi breath. So feel those big, spacious inhales, slow, steady exhales moving through you. See if you can also hear your breath start to create that oceanic sound, that gentle whisper noise. As you are ready, my friends, no rush. In your next few rounds somewhere, just start transitioning back to your first down dog. So however you want to get there, if you want to take a vinyasa, if you want to take a hovering tabletop, so maybe your knees hover for a moment and then you slowly lift your hips up, press them back. Very good. Once you are back in your down dog, do the same thing, just explore it. So move around, pedal out your heels, shake your head yes or no. Good. Fingers spread nice and wide. So you're gripping the ground with the pads of your fingertips. It's almost like you're a gecko holding onto a screen door. And then as you push the ground away, feel that lift that comes from your center, that connection to your center. So you guys hear me say it all the time. Imagine there's a rope attached to your belly button. It's literally pulling up towards the sky, tugging towards the top corner of the back wall. Nice, Kareem. And then feel your breath. Can you use your breath to create space where there was not space before? So big inhales to make you feel lighter, more buoyant, strong, long exhales all the way to emptiness. Nice job, nice poses, you guys. Let's take one more big inhalation. And then as you exhale, gaze to the top of your yoga mat, and however you want to get there, forward fold. So step, tiptoe, hop, your choice. Hang out in your forward fold for just a moment. I would say feet about hip-width distance apart for this first one, or maybe even a little bit wider. Make sure all of your toes face forward. And if you want, you can grab opposite elbows, take a ragdoll. You can bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers at the base of your skull, give the back of your neck some traction. You can sway, you can bob. If your fingers are on the ground, maybe you walk them over to one side and then the other. So just feel into your forward fold. Breathe into your back body. Even imagine you can breathe down the backs of your legs. See if you can keep your weight slightly forward so you're not rocking back into your heels. And then focus on lifting from your center, that invisible rope. It's attached to your belly button. Now it's just pulling straight up. See if you can lift your sit bones a little bit higher. One more huge breath here. Next time you breathe in, find your halfway lift. So spinal extension. Imagine you're gazing over the edge of a diving board, back of your neck nice and long. Exhale, bow, and let it go. Do that once more, halfway lift. So top of your head reaches forward, tops of your thighs press back, sit bones broaden. Exhale, fold and bow. Come through your halfway lift, rise all the way to stand. So reverse swan dive. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart center. Flow with your breath for a moment. High mountain, reach up and stretch. Take your swan dive down. So hinge at your hips, lengthen your spine, and then let it all go. Nice job. Halfway lift, breathe in, feel into the length. Exhale, bow and fold. From the press of your feet, lead with your heart. Take it all the way up. Nice, Chris. Inhale, stretch your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's go one more time through our half sun salute. Inhale, high mountain. Lots of awareness as you dive forward. So rather than hurrying down, feel your body move through space, then let it go. As you inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. So get all the rounding out. Feel your back muscles hug towards your spine. Exhale, fold, crown towards the ground, butt towards the sky, navel to spine. Lead with your heart. Take it all the way back up. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, inhale, arms to the sky. Pause here, interlace your fingers, steeple your index. See if you can press your palms together and then biceps squeeze next to your ears. Get as tall as you can. So really root down through your feet and then point up with your index finger. Say one more big inhale, elongate. As you exhale, hips go over to the left, upper body goes over to the right. Pull your left shoulder back and down. So you don't want your left arm in front of your face, bicep next to your ear. Yes, little more weight in your left foot. So really root into the inner edge of your left foot. Take one more great big huge breath. Maybe reach a little further. Make your arms longer. Squeeze your biceps next to your ears. Inhale back to center. Nice, Mary Jo. And then exhale will take you to the other side. So take a moment to realign. And then eventually up and over towards the windows. Make sure your right shoulder stays plugged in. So keep pulling it back and down. Good, Jana. Breathe space in between your ribs into your waistline. So imagine just by breathing bigger, you're actually creating more length there. One more round. Yes, beautiful, friends. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. If you want a little bit more, press your palms, steeple your index fingers, point them towards the ground. Try not to lock out your elbows. Imagine your elbows are magnetized and squeeze them towards each other. So I like to even bend my elbows and then see if you can start to reach your hands back. If your palms are pressing and that's too much, you need to let it go. Totally fine. Option to add a back bend. So lift your heart as you point your index fingers towards the ground. Reach your knuckles towards the ground. One more big inhale. Press your hips gently forward. Hug in with your inner thighs. Exhale, keep your clasp. Take it all the way down into your fold. So lead with your heart, hinge at your hips. Good. Once you are in your fold, hang out there with your fingers interlaced for about 2 or 3 big breaths. So try to relax your neck. If it's helpful, bend your knees a lot more. Maybe take your feet out wider. So let your head be heavy. Lift your sit bones. Draw your navel towards your spine. Feel that connection to center. See if you can lift your knuckles higher, possibly reach them forward. Take one more big in-breath. And as you exhale, hands to your low back first, then release your clasp. Let your arms hang. You can shake them out a little bit, shake your head, yes or no, whatever feels good. Next time you breathe in, find your spinal extension, halfway lift. Good. Exhale, fold, plant your hands and step back to plank. So top of a push-up, shoulders over wrists, hips level with shoulders. Take a big inhale here. And then like that rope is tugging up on your belly button as you exhale, lift your hips and press them back, down dog. So you might bend your knees a lot. Yes. Come forward again, high plank. See if you can come way forward onto your tippy toes. So lean forward, push the ground away. And then exhale from your center, lift your hips, press them back, down dog. This time, inhale, rock forward. We're gonna add a push-up. Come to your knees if you want. Exhale, halfway down. Strong arms, strong belly. Inhale, push up, high plank. Exhale, stretch back, down dog, lengthen. One more time like that. Inhale, slow motion, rock forward, push the ground away. Exhale, halfway down, hover, hold. Good. Inhale, press up. And then exhale, takes you back, down dog, stretch it out. You can hang out here if you'd rather. Otherwise, inhale forward. And then move through a vinyasa, however you would like. So exhale to lower. You can take any back bend of your choice, Spider-Man Cobra, Baby Cobra, Up Dog. Maybe give yourself a couple rounds of breath, just stretching into that heart opener. Eventually, everybody, thanks Jamie, downward facing dog. Back in your down dog, big spacious breaths. You can absolutely explore here. So stay here, explore, lift one leg, then the other, whatever calls to you. If you want, turn it into a turbo dog. So option to bend your elbows a ton and then squeeze them in towards each other. So it's almost like you're in a dolphin pose, but your forearms are hovering just an inch or so above the ground. Everybody keep lifting your hips. Feel that connection to center. Keep breathing big, spacious breaths. So use your breath to hold and support you. Yes, beautiful poses, good variations, good exploration. Take one more inhale. Maybe grow just a little longer through your spine and your side bodies. Exhale, look to the top of your mat. Step, tiptoe, or hop, forward fold. Once you've arrived, find your halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, bow, let it go. Now listen, chair pose. So bend your knees, weight in your heels, and then lift your heart, lift your arms. If reaching your arms up feels like too much, you can bring them forward a little more, or you can take cactus with your arms. So try to keep your heart slightly lifted rather than rounding your spine. So feel your back muscles hug. Yes. Weight in your heels, thanks Lainey, and then a little tone in your belly. So feel that navel to spine connection. Beautiful, soften through your face. Breathe, yeah. So as you sit into it, as you feel that heat building, can you stay soft? So focused and alert, but calm at the same time. Take one more great big breath, maybe get a little lower. As you inhale, we're gonna stand all the way up. So reach up. And then exhale, cactus your arms, bottom tips of shoulder blades squeeze, lift your heart and open. Take an extra breath, hold. See if you can press your hips gently forward, hugging in with your inner thighs. Next time you breathe in, everybody realign. So reach up, neutralize. Slow swan dive all the way down, traction it up. Breathe in, find your halfway lift. And exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Now listen here, from your plank, we're going into side plank. Right hand is your base. So either roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot, or right knee can come down if you feel like modifying, no big deal. Left arm to the sky, or take your left arm forward towards me. So left side body really, really long. See if you can lift your hips a little bit higher. So feel that strength in your right side abdominals, your oblique muscles. Maybe float your left leg up. As you float your left leg up, see if you can lift your hips even higher. Yes, awesome. Nice, Katie. Good, Andrea. Take one more huge round of breath, fullest expression. Awesome, Jana. End of your exhale, slow motion plank or modified plank. Take an inhale at the top of your push-up. Maybe that tiny little rock forward, maybe come down to your knees. Exhale, slowly lower to your belly all the way down. Beautiful. Start with a baby cobra. So lift with the strength in your back body rather than the strength in your arms. Press down through your pelvis, press down through your shoelaces, spread your toes and try to press down through your toenails. Now keep pressing through your lower body, float your hands up, bring your arms to a cactus position. You should be gazing down at the ground, back of your neck long. Take one more big inhale here and imagine you're trying to press your arms up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, squeeze your elbows down and together behind your back. See if you can lift a little higher. Inhale, come back up to cactus. Again, exhale, elbows squeeze towards each other. Squeeze down and together, lift. One more round. Inhale, cactus arms. Gaze is down, back of your neck is long. Exhale, elbows together and down. So feel your shoulder blades squeeze, lift, press through your shoelaces. And let it go, just rest down. Go head to either side. Maybe arms down by your sides, palms face the sky. Take a couple big breaths into your low back. If you want to take a couple windshield wipers with your shins, go for it. And then however you want to get there, make your transition to down dog. Slow, steady Ujjayi breath. So reconnect. All right, from your dog pose, next time you breathe in, take your right leg to the sky. So for this one, keep your hips square, inner thighs facing each other. Notice if you got lazy in your left hip, if your left hip just kind of sank over to the left, hug in with your left inner thigh, and then lift from your belly button as you push down through your fingertips, press up through your right foot actively. So imagine if I came over and tried to press your right leg down, it would not even move. There's so much power there, so much strength. Breathe into it. Breathe all the way up into your toes. See if you can get them to spread. Take one more big inhale. Exhale right knee to your nose. So scoop out your belly. Stay here for one inhalation. Push the ground away. See if you can lift higher through your waistline. On your back, tippy toes. And then exhale, step forward, low lunge. All right, friends. Bring your hands up just to your front thigh. So kind of lean forward a little bit. You can put some weight in your hands. Feel your right hip pull back, like your femur bone just plugs into the socket. Left hip pulls forward. So again, kind of gazing forward. And then before we go into our crescent lunge, we're going to play with the balance. So feel the strength in your legs. Hug in with your inner thighs. Now moving into a warrior 3 variation. Start to rock it forward and then float your back foot off the ground. So keep that connection to center, navel to spine. Keep hugging in with your inner thighs. Back leg strong and powerful. If you want to, you can add some arms. Otherwise, keep pressing into your front thigh. Lengthen through your spine. Yes, your fullest expression. Just give it one more round of breath, playing with balance. Awesome, you guys. Now, crescent lunge. So as softly as you can, step your left foot back and then rise up, reach up. Take a moment to settle in. So if you need to, take some time to adjust through your legs. Find your stance, strong foundation. Front hip pulls back hip pulls forward. Back leg should feel just as powerful as your front leg. Tone through your belly and then lift your heart up high. Maybe even try gazing up. So your bottom half, your lower half is your strong foundation. Your upper half is your unique expression. So feel into it. I sometimes try to smile a little bit in my practice. It feels weird, but what does it feel like to put a more pleasant look on your face? What does that do to your energy? Just explore that. Take one more big inhale. Maybe spread your fingers. Maybe reach a little higher. Maybe gaze up. Exhale. Bring your hands to the earth. And then bring your back knee down gently. We're going to take half Hanumanasana, half splits. You need extra cushion for your back knee. You can always double up your mat. And then back toes tucked under. Either hips come all the way back to your heel, or if that feels like too much, hips can stay up higher. Maybe walk your front foot further forward. Flex your right toes as you straighten your right leg. And then imagine you're trying to pull your right hip back. It's like you want to stick your right butt cheek out. So you don't want to round through your pelvis. You don't want to tuck your tailbone. You want to stick your pelvis out, stick your butt out, heart forward. So it's a totally different pose when you make that adjustment through your pelvis. Yeah, flex your toes, even your little baby pinky toe. Press down through your right heel and imagine energetically that you're trying to pull your right heel back towards your body. As you pull your right heel back, your right butt cheek sticks out further, and then your heart goes forward. Think forehead towards shin, nose toward knee, if you're going there. Yes, keep flexing. Every exhale, feel that navel to spine connection. And from that place, dive just a little bit deeper. Take about 2 more rounds. You guys look great. Nice work. So allowing yourself to just be with sensation. A lot of times in this pose, my front leg starts to shake and tremble. I think it was Tiff calls that the sacred tremble. So let it happen, breathe into it. Take one last breath here. And then slowly, is it Tiff who says that? I don't know. All right, slowly come back, low lunge. And then we're gonna take it into a standing split. So tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, left leg to the sky. Maybe it was Sienna Sherman. You Anusara people should know. I don't know. Katie. All right. Yeah, it could be either. Maybe it's mine. Maybe I made it up. I don't know. All right. Left leg high. Spread through your left toes. And you choose hips square or hips open. Make sure either way, so whichever variation you pick, your right inner thigh is hugging in. You're not sinking into your right outer hip. And then either stay where you're at, work the pose with your breath, or maybe you play, maybe you explore your balance, maybe you explore your handstand hops. About 2 or 3 more rounds. If you are holding in your standing splits, neck is relaxed, forehead towards shin, nose toward knee. Yeah, if you've got your arm behind your leg, use that as leverage. Press arm into leg, leg back into arm. Everybody, one more big inhale. See if you can reach just a millimeter higher. Exhale, set your left foot down at the top of your yoga mat. Forward fold. You can give your right leg a little shake out if it needs it. Next time you breathe in, find a halfway lift. Realign through your spine. And then exhale, fold, bow, let it go. Again, chair pose. So bend your knees, weight in your heels, lift your heart. So you can either hang out in chair pose. This is right where you stay. If you have knee issues, that might be what works best for you. If you want to come with me, take your arms forward so they're parallel to the ground, and then see if you can float up to your tiptoes. Bring your knees together, so awkward chair. Inner thighs squeeze, inner knees squeeze, and see if you can slowly lower down. Feels super awkward, yeah. Once you're down as far as you can go, squeeze through your legs. Hold there for a breath or two. Good. And then let's slowly take it all the way to stand. Slow, 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 like you're going up an elevator. See if you can stay on your tiptoes, reach up high. Everybody, inhale, high mountain. Good. And then maybe stay on your tiptoes, slow dive all the way down. Woo. Heels on the ground. As you breathe in, find your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Vashisthasana, side plank, left hand is your base this time. So roll onto the baby toe edge of left foot, or left knee can come down. Nice crime dog. Maybe left forearm comes down if you're taking care of your wrist. Right arm to the sky, or right arm towards me, towards the front wall. So lengthen your right side. Breathe into your right side. Maybe even float your right leg up. See if you can lift your hips higher. So give it everything you've got, your fullest expression. Nice, Allie. Take one more huge breath. Good, Jamie. End of your exhale. Awesome, Paul. Slowly plank or modify. Inhale at the top. Come to your knees if you want. Exhale to your belly all the way down. All right, start with your baby cobra again. Float your hands up. This time, reach your hands back towards your heels. Go ahead and float your feet up as well, but make sure your feet don't come out wide. So hug in with your inner thighs, and imagine you're trying to rotate your inner thighs up towards the sky. Back muscles strong. You can stay here, or if you are able to, and if you want to, interlace your fingers behind your back. Use that as leverage to lift just a little bit higher. Keep hugging in with your inner thighs. Spread through your toes. Yes, breathe all the way down into your belly. One more huge breath. Very end of your exhale, release. You can rest your head to either side. And then take a moment, maybe windshield wiper, maybe shimmy your hips. Just feeling into your body. Feeling the ground underneath you, maybe taking some energy from it. as you transition back to your downward facing dog. So next couple of breaths, find your way back. Nice, Kareem. Ujjayi. So fire it up. Slow, spacious, powerful. Next time you inhale, left leg to the sky, three-legged down dog. So pausing here for just a moment, inner thighs face each other. Notice if your right hip kind of shot out to the right. Hug in with your right inner thigh. So think about this position here, you guys. What it is a warrior three, but you're on your hands and your foot. So when we go into our balance, think of this same position. Use your muscle memory. So feel that length in your spine, feel that strength in your back leg. Press up and back with your left foot. Press forward and down through your hands. One more inhale. Exhale, left knee to your nose. So scoop out your belly, round your spine a lot. Stay here as you breathe in. See if you can lift through your waistline, lift to your back, tippy toes, and then step forward softly, low lunge. Bring your hands up to your front thigh. So take a moment, just leaning forward, draw your belly button in and up. So I want you to feel almost like you're trying to round just your low back, like you're trying to puff up through your low back. Yeah, inner thighs hug in, and then whenever you're ready, start transitioning into your balance. So lean forward, slowly back foot comes off the ground. Think of it just like that three-legged down dog. It's the same position, you're just balancing on one foot now. Stay where you're at, or add some arms. If it's helpful, you guys, bend your standing leg more. Make your back leg strong, so if it feels like your back leg weighs 1,000,000 pounds, engage the muscles in your back leg and your back foot. One more breath. Nice work, friends. Crescent lunge. So soft landing if possible. Nice, Shauna. Arms to the sky. Take a moment, just settling in. So if you need to adjust your feet, no big deal. Take a moment to do so. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward. Tone your belly, lift your heart. Find your own unique expression through your upper body. So again, maybe just a little smile. Maybe you soften your face, soften your shoulders. Maybe you feel the energy moving out of your fingertips. One more big inhale, possibly a little gaze up. As you exhale, hands come down. Back knee comes down gently, and then half splits, half Hanumanasana. So either hips all the way back to your right heel, it's like a half screaming toe pose, or your hips can stay up higher. Try not to round through your tailbone or tuck through your tailbone. So if you look up here, this is a posterior tilt. We do not want this. This is an anterior tilt. That's what we're going for. So butt sticks out as your heart goes forward. It's the same as when we fold forward. We're sticking our butt out. So think of that. Try to create it here. Flex your left toes. Press down through the back of your heel. And energetically, you're pulling your heel towards you, not pushing it forward. Left butt cheek sticks out behind you. And then heart reaches. I like to imagine I'm trying to reach my heart past my knee. It won't actually happen, but that's the intention. Forehead towards shin, nose towards knee. If you would like, navel to spine with every exhale. That's your invitation to dive deeper, to fold further. Take about 2 or 3 more breaths. Really nice job. Good poses. Flex through even your little baby pinky toe. Last exhale, find your edge, find that sacred tremble, and then slowly come back into a low lunge. So ease your way forward, low lunge, into your standing splits. So back knee lifts, back leg floats up. I do not care at all how high your right leg goes, but I do care that there's energy running up your right leg all the way up into your toes. So make sure you can feel your toes, you can wiggle them, you can spread them. Stay where you're at, or maybe left arm behind left leg. Maybe you want to play with some handstand hop. So wherever you want to take this, If you are holding, think of it as just a one-legged forward fold. That's all it really is. Make sure you're not sinking into your outer left hip. Hug in with your inner left thigh. Breathe, feel that connection to center. Really good, you guys. Allow yourself to stay here longer than is comfortable. Send your breath into those tight spaces. One more big inhale. Maybe lift your right leg a teeny tiny bit higher. Exhale, set it down, forward fold, top of your mat. You can give your left leg a little shake out, or maybe just kind of pedal out your heels. Good job, friends. All right, listen, inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold, walk your feet out to the width of your yoga mat, so nice and wide. And then toes can come out wider than heels. Low yogi squat, Malasana. If possible, keep your heels on the ground. If you need to lift up to your tiptoes, that's okay. Sometimes I like to fold over the front edge of my mat and put my heels up on that. So if that's helpful, you can try it. Elbows to your inner thighs. And then rather than feeling like you're rounding and like you're a turtle in its shell, think of a turtle coming out of its shell. So lift through the crown of your head, lengthen through your spine, broaden through your shoulders. Yeah. And then breathe all the way down into your hips, your groin. Soften your face. Close your eyes and take 3 more big, spacious breaths. Unclench your jaw. Loosen up through your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyelids. Good job, friends. One last round. End of your exhale. Here's your options. You can either just plant your hands and step back, move through your own vinyasa, find downward facing dog. If you want to play, maybe you play with crow for a moment. If you want to play with a jump back into chaturanga with bent elbows, you can. So taking your time, making your own transition back to down dog in your next about 3 breaths or so. So no big hurry. Yeah, if you're going for crow, connect to your center, navel to spine, lift through your waistline. Similar to when you take from your 3-legged dog, your knee to your nose, that's what you're doing in your crow pose. You're engaging those same muscles, you're curling in. All right, if you need a child's pose, you can take that instead. Otherwise, downward facing dog. Reconnect to your breath. Good job, friends. If you are choosing child's pose, give yourself about 2 more rounds and then meet us back in down dog. So Ujjayi, slow, spacious, intentional breath. Next time you inhale, take your right leg to the sky, 3-legged down dog. Now try not to move through your hands or your shoulders. Peel your hip open. Bless you. So bend your right knee, reach your right knee out and up. See if you can feel the squeeze in your outer right butt cheek. And then activate your right foot. I personally like to flex. You can point or point, but just make sure your right foot is active. Imagine there's a rolled up washcloth behind your right knee and you're trying to squeeze it and wring it out. See if you can lift your right knee higher now. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, right knee towards your left elbow as close as you can come. Shoulders over wrists, hips level with shoulders. Yes, inhale back up, 3-legged. Now right leg, right armpit. So aim high on your arm. Bend your elbows, take a little push up if you want it. Don't let your butt drop. Inhale, 3-legged dog. You can open your hip if you'd like. Now last one, knee to your nose. Exhale, scoop out your belly, then step forward, low lunge position. We're gonna come into pyramid pose. So step your back foot forward about a foot or so. I personally prefer my feet on 2 train tracks, all 10 toes face forward. Some people like their feet on a balance beam with a little angle in their back foot. Come to a halfway lift. Bring your hands to your hips. And then press into your feet, rise all the way up to stand. Good. So take a moment, gaze down at your hips and make sure they are straight across. So if right is in front of left, adjust as you need to. Take your arms to the sky when you are ready. So feel right hip pulling back, left hip pressing forward. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, we're gonna twist to the right, left arm forward, right arm back. So as you twist, see if you can pull your right hip back even more. Press your left hip forward even more. Squeeze through your inner thighs. Twist from your center. Now keep your legs exactly the same. Take one more round. Legs stay the same, so keep pulling your right hip back. Unwind, arms to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. If you want more, you can press your palms, steeple your index. Option, if it's available, reach your hands back. Lift your heart up as your knuckles reach down. One more in-breath. Now working into our fold. So hinge at your hips, pull your right butt cheek back as you reach your heart forward. And then eventually forehead towards your shin, nose towards your knee, navel towards your spine. Reach your knuckles towards the sky, lift your right butt cheek towards the sky. If you want to let go of the arms and just focus on the legs at any point, please feel free. So work your pose with your breath. Keep pulling your right sit bone up, 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 up. Press back with the very top of your right thigh. And then see if you can, with each exhale, bring your forehead a little closer to your shin, nose a little closer to your knee. Empty all the way out. Take about 2 more rounds of breath. So work that length in your front leg, work that opening in your shoulders. Really good. I can't hear breathing, so fire it up. Feel it, hear it inside of you. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, everybody, hands to your low back, release your clasp, bring your fingertips to the ground so you can bend your front knee. Now step your back foot back into a lunge position. From your lunge position, we're gonna set up a warrior 2 stance. So pivot your back heel down and then cartwheel your arms up. So take a moment to settle into your warrior 2. Right toes face forward, left toes face directly to the left. Hips are open, shoulders are open, heart is open. Next time you breathe in, reverse warrior. Front palm rotates up, reach back. Keep bending into your front knee. Keep pressing into the outer edges of both feet. Track your front knee toward your pinky toe. Breathe into your right rib cage, your right waistline. So stretch, lengthen. Yes. Nice, Mary Jo. Nice poses, you guys. Take one more big inhale. As you exhale, come back to your warrior 2, setting up for triangle. So straighten out your front leg. If you want to shorten your stance by just an inch or so, that's fine. So I want you to imagine that there's a rope now attached to the back of your left hip. It's pulling back. At the same time, you're reaching your right fingertips forward. So it's like you're being pulled in 2 opposite directions. Reach forward, hips get pulled back, and then tip it over. Right hand towards the ground, left arm towards the sky. Good, so try to keep everything open. Keep wrapping your right butt cheek. You can stay where you're at, or take your left arm forward, lengthen through your left side. Stay where you're at. If you can hold the integrity of the posture and you want to reach both arms forward, go for it. It's like you're holding a block in between your palms. Take about 2 more rounds. Heart is open, hips are open, lots of length. Breathe into it. Nice, Lisa. Good, everybody. All right, from here, we're going to play with our balance. Bring your left hand to your left hip. And then gaze out in front of your right tiptoes, reach your right hand forward. So bend into your right knee. You can use a block under your right hand if you want to. Back leg floats up. So half moon. Once you are in your balance, left arm can reach for the sky. If you would like, maybe you move into the bind, Artichonder, Chapasana. So bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold of your foot. Nice, Katie. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Breathe wherever you are at. If your back leg is extended, make it strong. So again, if it feels like it weighs 1,000,000 pounds, engage, make it support itself. If you're holding onto your left foot, take 1 more round there. Good, Al, and then slowly re-extend. Everybody, 1 last inhale, left leg, powerful, strong. Exhale, nice and easy, top of your yoga mat. So bring your left foot down. Forward fold. You can give your right leg a little shake out. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time bring your big toes to touch, little gap in between your heels. Tuck and curl, tiny little potato bug ball. So butt towards the ground, nose towards your knees. And you can either press your heels down, that'll work ankle flexibility, or you can lift your heels up, that'll work ankle strength. Option to keep your hands on the ground to help with balance, or wrap your arms around your shins. Give yourself a great big huge squeeze as you breathe into your back body. Good, Kareem. So as you exhale, see if you can find your very, very center. All the way to empty. One more deep breath. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. So heels down, spine long. Exhale, bow and fold. Root through your feet, take it all the way to stand. Arms reach up, breathe in. Exhale, hands to your heart. Flow with your breath. High mountain, inhale, stretch. Exhale, add a little baby back bend. Cactus your arms, bottom tips of shoulder blades, squeeze heart, curls open. Inhale, re-extend, realign. So neutral pelvis, neutral spine. Take it all the way down slowly. Beautiful. Halfway lift as you inhale. And exhale, plant your hands, step back to your plank, vinyasa however you would like, or skip it all together. See you back in downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath, slow, steady, spacious, powerful. Next, inhale, left leg to the sky. And then pay attention, try not to move through your hands or your shoulders as you peel your left hip open. So bend your knee, reach your knee out, reach your knee up. So squeeze through your outer left glute, activate your left foot, flex point or floint, and then that invisible rolled up washcloth behind your left knee, squeeze it, try to wring it out. See if you can lift your left knee even higher. Press down through your fingertips. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, left knee to right elbow or as close as you can come. So a little twist. Yes, inhale, three-legged. You can scorpion your leg if you want to. Left to left, as high as you can get on your arm. Add the push-up if you want it. Don't let your butt drop down. Nice, Jana. Inhale, back up. And last one, scoop out your belly, knee to your nose. Then step forward softly. Good job, friends. Coming into a pyramid stance. So back foot steps forward, about a foot or two. And then come to your halfway lift position. Hands to your hips. Come all the way up to standing. So take a moment, just look down at your feet, look down at your hips, adjust if you need to. So hips completely square. Left hip not in front of right. Hip square. Take your arms to the sky as you're ready. So rooted through your feet, reaching up through your fingertips, pull left hip back, press right hip forward. One more in breath. And then we'll twist towards the windows, right arm forward, left arm back as you exhale. Even more, can you pull your left hip back, draw your right hip forward, stay rooted into the inner edge of your front foot. Twist from your center. Make your arms even longer, like you're trying to touch the front and back wall at the same time. Good, take one more deep breath. Use your exhale to twist just a tiny bit further from the inside. Keep your legs the same, unwind, inhale, arms reach up. The left hip still pulling back. And then exhale, hands behind you, interlace. If you want to, just for funsies, switch it to one finger over so it's your non-habitual way of clasping. Shoulders back and down. Take your variation, maybe reach back, reach down, lift your heart up. One more in breath. Everybody work your fold as you exhale. So hinge at your hips, lead with your heart. Keep a tiny little micro bend in your front knee or a big bend if you need it. Eventually forehead towards your shin, nose towards your knee. Navel towards your spine. So pull your belly button in and up. That invisible rope is pulling up. If the arms are too much and you just want to focus on the legs, totally fine with me. Give yourself some big, intentional breaths to work the pose from the inside. So rather than just hanging out mindlessly, when will this be over? Be here, feel it, get all the juice out of it. Use your exhales to dive deeper, fold further, soften around your hard edges. One more breath, working your pyramid pose. Yes, good work. End of your exhale, hands to your low back, release your clasp, everybody. So fingertips to the ground. So bend your front knee as much as you need to. And then just step your back foot back to a low lunge. And then pivot your back heel down, setting up for warrior two. Rise up, Virabhadrasana 2. Good. So take a moment, settle in, left toes face towards the front wall, right toes face towards the right wall. It's like you're making a 90-degree angle with your feet. And then if it feels like your butt's sticking out, wrap your left butt cheek underneath. You get your front knee to track towards your pinky toe rather than collapsing in. You guys look so good. Nice work. All right, next time you inhale, reverse your warrior. So front palm rotates up, reach, reach, reach up, then reach back. Keep bending into your front knee. Keep tracking your front knee towards your pinky toe. Find that length in your left side and create more of it. Use your breath. You guys are doing so good. Maybe a little deeper into your front knee lunge. Take one more inhale. Reach. Exhale, warrior two stance. So come back. Straighten out your front leg, setting up for triangle. If you want to shorten your stance by an inch or so, fine with me. Remember, hips pulling towards the back of the room as your left fingertips reach forward. So you're getting pulled in these opposite directions. Reach, reach, reach. Then when you're ready, tip it over. Left hand towards the ground, right arm towards the sky. So try to keep your hips open. Try to keep your heart and your shoulders open. Beautiful, you guys. Option to take your right arm forward if you'd like. So right side lengthens from fingertips all the way back to your hip. If you want, if you can hold the integrity of the pose and you want to take both arms forward, hold that invisible block in between your palms, go for it. Make sure your heart stays open. Make sure you're still breathing full, spacious breaths. Yes, nice poses, you guys. Soften around it. Last round here. Good, Kareem. All right, we're making our transition now. So everybody bring your right hand to your hip and then gaze out in front of your left toes. Bend your left knee, reach your left fingertips out in front of you. Float your back leg off the ground. If you want to use a block under your left hand, please feel free. It's a great option. It'll bring the ground closer to you. Right leg straight, strong, powerful. If you want to turn it into Artichonder Chapasana, the bound variation, sugarcane variation, go for it. So your pose, your expression, if your pose today is falling in and out a million times, awesome, meet yourself there. That's why it's called a practice. If your back leg is extended, make it support itself. It shouldn't feel like it weighs a million pounds. Wherever you are at, 2 more rounds of breath. Thanks, Mary Jo. Really good. Yes, beautiful poses. Soften through your face. If you're holding onto your right foot, end of your next exhale, see if you can slowly re-extend. Yes, awesome. One more inhale. Everybody lift your back leg a little higher. Exhale, nice and easy. Forward fold. So just slowly, right foot comes down. Give your knees a little bend. Maybe give your legs a little shake. Pedal out your heels. Shake your head, yes or no. Inhale to a halfway lift position. Exhale, fold, and then bring your big toes to touch one more time. Little gap in between your heels. Tuck and curl, tiny little potato bug ball. Stay in your tiny little potato bug ball, or option this time to turn it into a toe stand. So if you want, squeeze through your inner thighs and your inner heels, point your knees straight forward, and then hands to your heart center, balancing on your tippy toes. Wherever you've chosen to be, there are different variations you can take. Make sure your breath is there with you. Sometimes I like to play with turning to one side and then the other, using my core, keeping my hands at my heart. So just be in your pose, couple more breaths. Softening around it. So focused and alert, calm and relaxed at the same time. And you hold both. Take one more round. And then just like we did before, you have the same options. You can plant your hands, step back. You can play for a moment if there's another arm balance you want to work with. If you want to play with crow pose to tripod headstand, back to crow. So anywhere you want to go to play, to explore. And then either a child's pose or a downward facing dog in your next about 5 breaths. So take your time, no rush. Good, really nice, you guys. You can go back to a down dog for a moment, stretch out your legs, and then come down to your child's pose. So just reconnecting, noticing, feeling, observing. Whatever is there, just allowing it to be there, to come and go. If you are in child's pose, about 2 more breaths, 2 more restorative grounding breaths. And then everybody meet back in your downward facing dog. Good. From your dog pose, inhale, take your right leg to the sky. And open up your right hip, bend your right knee. Stay here, get this nice stretch for the front of your hip, or option to flip your dog. So if you would like, right foot comes down. Yeah, reach your arm forward, heart forward. Lift your hips up. So try to get any flexion out of the front of your hips, any bend out of the front of your hips. Take one more big breath. Beautiful. And then come back, 3-legged dog, right leg to the sky. So see if you can square off your hips and just feel the difference there. Take one more inhale. And then as you're ready, pigeon pose, right shin to the top of your mat. Set your body down gently. So take your time to set yourself up intentionally. Right hip pulls back, left hip pulls forward. Same thing we do in our crescent lunge. Same thing we do in our pyramid pose. Plug the femur bones in. Start your bow forward. And then big deep breath. See if you can notice, where do you go when you're uncomfortable or when you're bored? Where do your thoughts go? So not judging, but just observing. And then over and over again, come back to your breath. Come back to right here, right now. Notice sounds, sensations. Just notice that simple rise and fall of each inhale, each exhale. Take about 3 to 5 more. Exhale out your mouth anytime. All right, friends, last big breath. So invitation, next time you inhale, fill up as big as you can. Just like we did at the very beginning of our practice. Hold in fullness, sip in a little bit extra, take it all the way down into your hips. And then big sigh. Good job. Slowly start to lift your upper body back upright. Now listen, we're gonna move into a three-legged tabletop. So plant your hands, tuck your back toes, and kind of scoot your back knee forward. Unthread your right leg. So three-legged tabletop, give it a nice little shake out. And then you might bend your knee and even circle your right knee through space a few times. Reverse your circles. Eventually, my friends, square off your hips so your right hip faces down, right heel towards your right butt cheek. And then left hand lifts and reaches back. Lift your heart, gaze forward. So don't just lift your head, lift your heart. Stay here, or if it's available, grab hold of your foot and start to work your pose. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Hug in with your inner thighs. Yes, spread your toes. Breathe down into your belly. Open through your heart. One more round, fullest expression. Nice job. End of your exhale, release spinal balance. So reach forward and back, neutral spine. Inhale. And then exhale, let it go, lower down. Give yourself a moment. Maybe take some circles with your hips. Maybe take some cat-cows. Maybe take a child's pose. Maybe take a vinyasa. In your next 3 to 5 breaths, downward facing dog. However you want to get there. Slow, deep breath. Just a little bit longer. Keep your Ujjayi going. All right, inhale, left leg high. Peel your left hip open slowly and intentionally. So it's just like your left hip is a door, a hinge on a door. Your left leg is the door, it swings open. Stay here, feel into this stretch, breathe into this stretch, or option to flip. So carefully, left foot comes down, left arm reaches forward, heart reaches forward. Yes, beautiful. Breathe down into your belly. Feel that front body stretch. Feel your heart big, spacious. One more round. Good. And then come back. Face lay knees. Three-legged down dog. Square off your hips for a moment. Just feel into that. One more inhale to lengthen. Strong through your left leg. And then exhale, pigeon. Nice and easy. Left shin forward. Set your body down gently. Good. So left knee towards the outer left edge of your mat. You're not just plopping into it and falling asleep. Some people are like, oh, I could sleep in pigeon. If you could sleep in pigeon, then you're not engaging properly. So front hip pulls back hip pulls forward. You want muscle energy. And then you move into your stretch. So you're building your structure. You're building what we call the integrity of the pose. And then you're softening around it. So it's different than just sinking into your joints. exploiting that hypermobility that a lot of us have. We're plugging into our joints and stretching into the muscles around them. Big, spacious breaths. Exhales a little bit longer than inhales. So we're teaching our bodies right here that even when we're uncomfortable, even when it might feel like our body is under a little bit of stress, it's okay. You don't have to go into fight or flight mode. You can relax. You can soften. You are safe. So let this be a practice for your nervous system as well. Teach yourself how to relax from the inside. Even when you're uncomfortable, even when there's lots of sensation. Notice where you tense up without even realizing it. So usually I always find myself punching my jaw if I just check in. Notice, are you tense through your neck, your shoulders, even your hands, your fingers? Or could you soften? I like to imagine softening through my heart sometimes. So how would that feel? Can you embody that? About 3 to 5 more. If you've gone somewhere else, just notice that and come back right here, right now. Everything else falls away. Good job, everyone. Let's take one final breath here together. So next time you breathe in, just fill up as big as you possibly can. Hold. Extra little sip, take it down into your hips. And big sigh. Start to lift your upper body. And then coming into our 3-legged tabletop, plant your hands, curl your back toes under, scoot your back knee forward, unthread your left leg, give it that nice little shake out. Take those circles with your knee a few times. And then finally setting up our half bow. So left heel towards your left butt cheek, left hip faces down, hips are square. Right hand lifts and reaches back. And then heart curls open. So think baby cobra. If it is available to you, grab hold of the top of your foot or your ankle and then start to work your pose. So kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Hug in with your inner thighs. Breathe down into your belly. One more round. Open through your heart. Very end of your exhale, slowly spinal balance. Reach forward and back. So right arm forward, left leg back. It's like a warrior 3 on your hands and knees. Exhale, let it go. We're gonna make our way down onto our backs. So however you wanna get there in about your next 3 to 5 breaths. If you want to take one last vinyasa, one last down dog, if you want to take a child's pose, some cat cows, if you wanna go straight down onto your back and stretch there a little bit, go for it. Once you are on your back, I would say either a full body stretch or hug your knees in. Just whatever feels good. Yeah, and however you want to get there, no hurry. And then let's all, in your next couple rounds, move into a variation of a supine spinal twist. So you can go to either side. And you can take whatever variation you want. Shoulders open, square towards the sky. Breathe all the way down into your belly. And as much as you can now, just let the ground hold you. Give your weight to it. After about 4 or 5 breaths on one side, transition to the other side. So just this last gentle wringing out. Use your exhales to let go. Just feel the aliveness in your body, the energy inside of you. It's something that we don't do nearly often enough. Is just sit with ourselves and notice what's there. So make this your meditation now. Feel the rise and fall of your breath. Feel sensations as they come and go, thoughts as they come and go, emotions as they come and go. Just feeling what it is like to be you in your body in this moment right here. When you feel pretty much even with your twist on both sides, come back to center. Find an inversion of your choice for about 5 to 10 breaths. So anything that puts your hips higher than your heart, it can be more restorative or more active, depending on how you feel. My thought for you as you take this last inversion and as we get ready for our Shavasana. This is by John Wineland. He says, there is no end to how deep inside we can go. When we do this, everything changes. People around us relax, even though they may not know why. Our minds clear and sharpen. Our hearts soften. Our bodies relax and open. And we can feel it all. What needs to happen next, what needs to be said, how to lead those around us into love, how to give our gifts to the world. It all clarifies. So I think so many times we look outside for answers. We ask others to tell us what to do, or we search in books to try to figure it out. But if we can just tune in to what we feel deep, deep inside, we already know the answers are already there. From your inversion, my friends, if you want to move through any last little poses, maybe a happy baby, maybe a full body stretch, maybe a big squeeze of your knees in, feel free. So just finishing off your own practice for yourself, and then slowly transitioning into your Shavasana. So for these last few moments, your breath becomes effortless and easy. Your body just relaxes and opens and softens. Your mind is a little sharper now. You can notice thoughts without attaching to them. Just watch them. For these last few moments, this is your meditation with yourself. Just noticing how deep inside you can go. It's never ending. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in and let it go. You'll start to bring small, gentle movements back into your own body. And listen for just a moment before you transition. So if you are wanting to bring a little more masculine energy into yourself, into your life, so that bold, confident, decisive, structured part of you, roll over onto your right side fetal position. If you're wanting to bring more of your feminine, your wild, free, open, flowy, sensitive, emotional part of yourself into your life, just connect with that part of you a little more. Roll onto your left side. So right masculine, left feminine. We all have both within us. So which one are you wanting to cultivate just a little more of right now? And then take a moment resting, feeling that side of your body against the ground. And just visualize for a moment your breath, that prana moving through that side of your body, waking up all those parts of yourself, waking up either your masculine or your feminine. Kind of embody that feeling for a moment. And then taking that with you, use your arms to guide yourself up into a seat. Seated meditation. Sit up nice and tall. And bring your hands to your heart center. So this place where the masculine and feminine connect, where both sides of ourselves, right and left side, connect. So just feeling into your heart, bow your head to your heart, and acknowledge yourself for being here today, for showing up on your mat, taking time to do your practice, to connect with a deeper part of who you are. Thank you guys so much for letting me guide you. The light in me sees and reflects the light in you. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Kids are the best. If you have any questions, you can ask. Kim will be here next week. At least that's the plan. So next week, 9 and 10:30, if you want to come. Or come to my class in Sandy if you're not town. And have a wonderful Sunday. Thank you guys all for being here. You are welcome. But yeah, and I'll just throw this out there. I have a couple new retreats that I've put on my website if you're interested. So Mexico in August. I just picked Mexico because with all the weirdness in the world, I feel like Mexico is just so easy to get to. There's no COVID restrictions. It's a 3-hour flight. It's less than $500. So that's in August. And then not till next year, but I've got Thailand with Kim in March. And then also I'm doing my own Thailand one the week before mine and Kim's, and that's a sailing one. So sailing through the islands of Thailand on the catamaran. It's fun. Let me know if you have any questions. They're all on my website. Bye, Mary Jo.